Guys, coming from level zero can suck. And I'm talking about when you come from a streak of bad habits and now you're trying to get your life together. And it's that first step forward after a month or maybe 2 months of negative, right? It's to where you know what you need to do. Your life's probably getting to the point to where you're starting to see it fall apart. Maybe relationships, if you're married, marriage is kind of starting to get a little iffy. Relationships maybe not as solid. Job maybe not as good anymore. But it's to the point where it's like, hey, if I don't start getting my stuff together, I might start losing some stuff in my life. If that's you, this is a perfect video for you, right? Because you're not alone. Oftentimes we have these cycles we go through to where, be it maybe pornography, drugs, those are the two biggest ones that come to mind. But we have these cycles that we fall into. And check this out. With these cycles that you keep going into that keep you chained or keep you, hindered in your life, when it's time for you to make the change, some of the reasons that you continue down the cycle is that fear of change. That fear of, man, I'm so familiar with this path. Yeah, I know this isn't good for me, but at the same time, if I keep on going down this path, at least for tomorrow, I know it's gonna be pleasure. At least for the next hour, I know it's gonna be pleasure. Yeah, I have these things to do. Yes, I have these things that keep on getting closer to the due date, people that are waiting on me. But if I continue down this path, I know for right now, I'm gonna enjoy it. Guys, when you continue to sacrifice right now for tomorrow, it's fun, but eventually tomorrow comes, right? And you run out of right nows. So that's what we have to keep in mind when it comes to making that first step towards greatness, towards getting up, towards even waking up, towards being okay, towards not ruining your life, right? Because you're coming out of self-destruct. You're coming out of the bottom, or you're coming out of digging a hole for yourself. So we want to start taking wins, start getting positive habits. But the biggest thing we want to do is stop the negative stuff, man. Like, let's just try to find a way to think about why attach pleasure, right? Because you have to think about this. The reason we keep on going back to bad things is because we forget the negative consequences, right? We forget the fact that, when we're with our ex, you know what I'm saying? When we're going through the breakup, all the things you did, remember the good times, remember the pleasure, the sex, all these things. That's how it is with a lot of bad habits. It's like you remember the good times, how it felt, the dragon, chasing the dragon. You remember how the high was, but you forget the time that almost made you lose your job because you fell asleep instead of doing what you were supposed to do, and you missed a meeting or something like that. It was an important company meeting, or you just were off your game because there's multiple meetings you missed because you're irresponsible, right? But you only remember that one time you were productive when you were high and you're really getting work done. That's what I'm talking about, guys. So we just got to keep in mind that when it comes to this thing called life, yes, the initial is gonna suck, but it doesn't have to. It's a coin, right? You're gonna have to make sacrifices, especially if you continue to ruin your life. But at the same time, on that way up, on that journey upwards, keep in mind it's just something to where the other side of the coin is, think about the life you're gonna have. Think about the reason you wanna even quit whatever destructive habits it is that you're looking to quit, right? Keep in mind that the positive, because there's a fake positive that comes from drug abuse, right? There's a fake positive that comes from pornography, right? It's almost to where you get that result, but it's fake, right? When you do drugs, you get that feeling, dopamine's released in the brain, but it's fake. You're not really getting any actual value from it, right? And that's just that sacrificing the right now, right? Or the future for right now. That's what it is. So just keep that in mind. And please, when you notice that cycle, when you notice that being something that you're doing and you notice yourself slipping into it, just flip the script. Look at the other side of, okay, well, man, how good is it gonna feel for me to go ahead and change my life in this area? How good is it gonna feel for me to finally get off the drugs? How good is it gonna feel for me to finally get off the porn? How good is it gonna feel for me to finally go ahead and just quit doing whatever it is that you need to quit doing, that you need to quit doing? Just think about the all the goods, not all the suckiness. Sell yourself the vacation. You need a vacation, because you have to remember, part of the reason that you don't want to continue the positive habits is you keep on thinking about, I'm gonna have to, if you keep thinking about, I'm gonna have to, and that's where your mind goes to all these things you're gonna have to do, guess what? You're not gonna want to do them. Guess what? You're going to continue to have a negative association with these things that you actually do want to do. And then when it comes to bad habits, you think about, oh man, dude, that was so fun. Oh man, I had so much fun doing this. Oh yeah, dude, bro, oh my goodness, man, the good times. Why is it that the bad times are what we call the good times? Can someone make that make sense to me? Why is it that when you think about, man, bro, those were the good times, and the good times you're talking about was when y'all used to just get high all day, you know what I'm saying, or get drunk all the time? Bro, those were the good times. What was good about those times? But that's what I'm saying, is you have to look at what we're telling ourselves. Look at the stories you tell yourselves, because you'd be surprised at where it's leading you in life. I'm telling you. You'd be surprised at the ways that you keep on messing yourself up from making momentum, because you keep on telling yourself a lie that these negative habits, they're the future for you. They're the way you want to live. And now, if that's the language that you keep on telling your system, the system's running with that language. No wonder you keep on falling to these bad habits, and you find it a surprising thing that you have a problem getting into the right path, right? Keep in mind, the more you continue to go down the bad path, the harder it is to get up. Right? So if you're in a place to where like you've had a really terrible bad streak, that day one, man, might be tough. That might be like a short day one. You might relapse and whatever, go back to whatever. But just keep in mind that it's something to where the work that needs to be done, and there's a good feeling that you're gonna feel. If it's just smiling, just being alive, just being able to just walk outside and just, you know what I'm saying, or just sleep, being able to rest, or just, there's stuff you're running away from, but once you deal with it, how good is it gonna feel? Think about that. Let's try to rewire ourselves to move forward and to do what we need to do, because we know there's work to be done, and we know it can be scary, but we know that it's a lot of fun on the other side of it. So peace.